Hey guys, Collin here. After a week off last week, I'm back with some picks for the conference championship week. Follow along and let me know what you think about these picks in either my Twitter at @ChopTheChalk or in the comments below. Alright, for the first game this week, we have the Conference USA Championship between Western Kentucky and UTSA. I'm taking the over 72.5. When these two teams played in October, they put up 98 total points, and neither defense is really outstanding, but both offenses are. Western Kentucky puts up the number 4 most points per game and the number 2 yards per game, whereas UTSA is 16th in points and 31st in yards. Next one, I have the Pac-12 between Utah and Oregon. I have Utah minus 2.5. While no previous game can be the ultimate barometer for a game, I think Utah does have what it takes to beat Oregon as they showed before, and they're playing some of the best football right now. In the last 3, Utah is better in every major metric, especially the scoring differential. As for the MAC championship, I have the under on this one, 74.5. I can't bet this one here in Illinois, so this one's just going to be pure advice. Both teams have a combined average offensive points of 62 points and allow a combined 70 on the season. I think in a conference championship game, though, they're going to really fight through this. And this is going to be a hard-fought defensive battle down there in Detroit. So the next one is the Big 12. I'm going to take the over 46.5 on this. Both teams are just averaging over 30 points this year. However, they only allow 18.5. The last games tell the story of 2 explosive offenses that can be manipulated to make the defenses look bad. Baylor allowed 24 to Texas Tech, and OK State allowed 33 to Oklahoma. So, fun little nugget here for you. When both teams are facing teams that average higher than a 0.425 points per play, the score has gone over 47 points in those games. So, keep an eye on that one. Next one, the Mountain West, which is San Diego State and Utah State. I have San Diego State minus 6. Utah State is 1-2 against teams that are in the top 75 with an average score differential of minus 11.7. And San Diego State is 68th. SDSU's performed much better this season against a tougher strength of schedule. Now, San Diego State has an 83rd overall strength of schedule, and Utah State has 102nd. So just keep that in mind, too. Next one I have is App State minus 2.5 in the Sun Belt Championship. I think both teams can score points. However, App State doesn't allow points whatsoever. In the last 3 weeks, they've been the number 2 scoring defense in the country, even ahead of Georgia. The under 53 is also in play here, if you prefer that, as like I said, with App State being a great defense. Both teams, though, are really solid and are combined 8-16 on over-unders this season. Now for the Big Daddy, the SEC. I'm actually going to go over 49.5 here. And that's because while both teams allow only a combined 27.4 points per game this season, they also average 81.5 points per game on offense. So while Georgia's defense is arguably one of the best in the last 20 years, the SEC championship, if you look at over history, averages 62.6 points per game over the last 5 years. So I think that this could be another one that really blows expectations out of the water. As for the American Championship, I have Houston plus 10.5 with Cincy. Scoring which is going to be much tighter, I think, than the spread suggests. Over the past 3, Houston is scoring more and allowing less than Cincinnati against, I would say, a pretty equitable schedule. Houston is number 6 in the nation over the last 3 games in points per play on defense, allowing only a 0.191, so that'll keep the game closer than the plus 10.5 suggest. Next one is the ACC. I have Pitt minus 2.5. As you know, we've been betting a lot on Pitt this year. But I think Wake Forest defense is suspect, and it doesn't bode well against the strong Pitt offense in the passing attack. They allow 7 yards per play and over half a point per play, which is 29th worst in the country out of 130 teams. So keep in mind on that one there. And then the last one, the Big Ten Championship, Michigan versus Iowa. I like Iowa plus 10.5. Watching the OSU game, Michigan is a great team. I am concerned, though, that they showed their entire playbook while playing against Ohio State, as that was the game for their season, and Iowa should be able to take advantage of that on the defensive side of the ball. I still think Michigan wins this game. I just think it's going to be a lot closer than this 10.5 suggests. Statistically speaking, these teams play much closer, with the biggest disparity being 11.4 points per game on offense, but only a 2 points per game difference on defense, which really makes me scratch my head at this spread. All right, guys, that is this week's picks. Let me know what you think in the comments below or at my Twitter handle at @ChopTheChalk. As always, I put all my money on this one myself, so let's hope that the week off last week to get our head right and to enjoy the holiday with family was a good one. Let me know what you think, and let's make some money. All right, see ya.